What's up, you guys? I was just talking with my friend tonight and I was so inspired because we were chatting about school and we were chatting about work in general, and we both came to the conclusion that we are driven to do really, really well in the work that we do. Like, we've always been driven to get high grades, we've always been driven to improve, we've always been driven to do better on an assignment, we've always been driven to have the right assignment done. And I was thinking about, what she shared with me, which was, she ends up always turning in her assignments late. Like, it's just something she always does because she spends so much time making sure that the work is perfect and amazing and awesome and on point and actually factual. And then she was sharing with me that she gets punished for this because it's late. And what was amazing to me is that they get more points off for turning work in late than they do if they turn in the wrong work. So if the answers are wrong. And this really threw me for a loop because I was like, me being a business owner and someone who loves working with amazing people and driven people, if I had two people to choose from in terms of hiring, I would choose the person who turns in the project late any day over the person who just gives me whatever it is just because of a deadline and the work isn't even good and doesn't meet the objective. Because what does that solve? Guess what? I would have to go and hire someone else. It doesn't solve anything. So the reason why I'm bringing this topic up is because when we are inspired to do work that is meaningful, like when the work we do is meaningful, we do a better job. Something that I've recently learned in psychology is that we have different motivating factors, right? Like, one person can be motivated by higher pay, while another person might be motivated by a vacation or might be motivated by a gift certificate, right? Some random stuff like that. So some people are motivated by different things. It's just because we're all different. It's an amazing thing. However, what I find to be astonishing is that so many of us make ourselves do things that don't have any meaning to us, right? So a lot of times people will tell me like, oh, I've been working out like this and I just can't stand it. I don't like it. I don't get it. And I'm like, then what is the meaning behind that? What is the actual meaning, right? If you don't have meaning to anything that you're doing in life, then it's not purposeful. There's no purpose behind it. So the energy that goes into it is going to be minimal. But imagine if you were to do something that's meaningful for yourself and for your body. Imagine the amount of energy that you'd be able to put into that. And the result that you would get out would be so much higher because you've invested more. Right? You're more invested because you know that the reward is going to be higher and you know that you're going to enjoy the process more. And, something she mentioned to me, which is exactly how I feel. It's like, she's like, I won't do any work that's not meaningful. I'm like, exactly. Me either. That's why I do what I do. That's why I started a business. That's why I help people change their life every single day. That's why I lead people to start building more than just a body, because what's the point if it doesn't have meaning? Everything needs to have meaning. Why waste your time doing things that aren't inspiring you or aren't motivating you or don't actually add any significant value that you perceive in your own life, right? Because everything is perception. Everything is how we perceive things. How I might perceive value and greatness is different than what another person might perceive. Like, when I add into a discussion topic, I'm always like, full-on paragraphs, like very expansive, very in-depth, very well thought out, and another person might have terrible grammar, not a lot of thought process behind it, and really not even following the suggested or the objective, really, I should say. So it's amazing how some people have perceived value in doing well and some people don't. Some people are driven by the motive to perform high, to perform at a high level. So we have to understand that everything in our life should be given meaning, right? If we want to succeed at it, we need to give it meaning so we have motive and drive to accomplish it. So this is a huge reason why I always ask people, why? Why do you want to get fit? Why do you want to be healthy? Why do you need confidence? Why are you seeking to improve your life? What is the meaning behind it? As soon as we know our seriously deep emotional driver, we can connect that to what it is we're doing and what we're trying to achieve. And guess what? We're moved along faster. We're moved along into that direction. So if you ever feel like you're falling off, ask yourself, well, why does this matter to me? Right? Why? Because we want to do meaningful work. And You know, a lot of people, if they don't see meaning in it, they half-ass it or they BS it. And this doesn't serve them in their growth journey. This doesn't help anyone. However, they still do it. Why? Because they know that at the end of the day, they still got to get something in. They still got to put out some sort of result. However, you'll notice with some people, they're like amazing creative beings who are inspired by art and magic and all those amazing, almost sort of metaphysical things. And then you have the other people who are more analytical, more fact-driven, more, 1 + 1 = 2, right? Equations and concrete details. So, and then you have mixes. And you have different responses in different situations of your life, right? You don't have to be just one. We all respond differently to different things. But the point is, if it's not meaningful to you, if it's not inspiring to you, if it doesn't mean anything, if it doesn't result in anything that benefits you, you're not going to want to do it. Or maybe you start doing it and then you fall off. Why? Because it has no meaning, right? So I highly encourage you to start seeking more meaning in the things you're doing. Ask yourself, is what I'm doing meaningful to me? Is what I'm doing inspiring me? Is what I'm doing moving me along in my journey? What is this giving for me, right? Why should I seek meaning in this? Right? So, I love this. I had an amazing conversation with her and it totally inspired me, and I hope it inspires you guys as well. I would love to hear, what work do you do that's meaningful for you? And how do you add meaning to the things that maybe you don't want to do? How do you make them things that you are inspired and excited to do? Like working out. Like what do you need to do to make it more meaningful, all right? So with that being said, I hope you guys have an amazing day, night, or morning. Wherever you are in the world, just make it awesome, and make sure you put in the comments below what it is that you do that adds meaning to your life. Bye.